Dear colleagues, my name is Oleksandra Palchevska. I'm from Lviv State University of Life Safety. Today I want to present our research done in cooperation with Oksana Taran from Lviv Polytechnic National University, Alla Luchyk from National University of Kyiv-Mohyla Academy, Viktoriia Shabunina and Oksana Labenko from Taran Shevchenko, Kyiv National University. Our research deals with a stylometric study of Isaac Asimov's idiostyle considering a corpus-based approach. The study of the systematic organization of individual author lexical innovations is impossible without their statistical estimation. This task is still relevant because modern studies of authorial neologisms are in fact a linguistic gap, the completion of which is extremely necessary and urgent. The researchers agree that the feature of neologism finding presents a technical challenge, and their frequencies, even in very large corpora, will tend to be very low. So the manuscript presents a new quantitative analysis of author style characteristics. For the first time, the quantitative, morphological, and lexical features of Isaac Asimov's text corpus are described, which gives the possibility to show the connection between the author's lexical diversity and background. For this study, the commercial software Sketch Engine was chosen because it gives the possibility to compare frequencies with the other corpora of the English language and thus identify unique vocabulary, which is one of the indicators of the author's idiostyle. The statistics of the created corpus Foundation Asimov is given in this slide. This corpus is written monolingual English full text by one author, static, marked, that is, has morphological and syntactic markup, and synchronous. It is structured into 7 subcorpora, which are named after the date of publication and the title of the novel. Thus, each of the Sketch Engine options queries are possible both for the entire Foundation Asimov corpus as well as for a separate novel. The word list tool gives the possibility to sort the corpus lexicon according to the frequency of tokens, lemmas, as well as the parts of speech. Despite the expected high frequency of stop words, primarily function words, the highest frequency was given to nouns and verbs. The first indicate the narrative type of text, and the second describe human activities and some processes. The most frequent nouns in the Foundation Asimov corpus reflect the Isaac Asimov's works vocabulary, specifics, and correlate with the highest score keywords. Quantitative ratio of speech part also allows to define epicetization index and the nominalization index. The highest nominalization index of the first 3 novels, then after the 30-year break of the writer's work on the Foundation cycle, this index decreases. However, the epicetization index is the largest in the first and the last novels of the cycle. The word list tool gives the possibility to determine the author's vocabulary and calculate the lexical diversity index for 7 subcorpora. That is to track it in dynamics. As we can see, the lexical diversity index decreased in the novels which were written after a break of almost 30 years at Foundation cycle work. The exclusiveness index of vocabulary and of text also show a decline after the writer's break in the cycle of the novels. The exclusiveness index of vocabulary shows that almost half of the writer's vocabulary is a low-frequency vocabulary. The significant number of single words prompted a check of their occasionality. The most practical sketch engine tool for automatic extraction of occasionalisms from the corpus is keywords. It compares the created Isaac Asimov text corpus, focus corpus, with that of the reference. The obtained result partially coincided with the hypothesis of correlation between frequencies in the two corpora, where on the first positions of the list focus on rare words, there were occasionalisms observed during the pilot manual selection. The list includes not only nouns, but also other parts of speech that are also occasional. Here there are some examples of them. The final occasionalism list consists of 1,115 units. The occasionalisms list was manually marked according to the word formation type. The 7 creative types with the uneven distribution were obtained. The role of affixation is quite important in the production of new one-component author units. At the level of word formation, affixation is realized as adding semantically significant prefixes and suffixes to the base of the word. Here are those word formation types. Word sketch tool analyzes the search word's grammatical relationship with other parts of speech. This is interesting for studying of collocations and especially for occasional adjectives, collocation determination. Firstly, this tool allows to perform the automatic cross-check of the created list of occasionalisms, and secondly, to supplement it. For example, one of the most productive concretizing elements of occasional compounds is and juxtapositions is hyper, 30 units. We identified 21 collocation with the adjective hyperspatial with the log dice 5. Log dice score indicates how strong the collocation is. Asimov didn't use this adjective in his trilogy Foundation, only starting with his Foundation edge. Word sketch different tools allows to compare phrases in subcorpus. For example, the word psychohistory is one of the most frequent occasionalisms in Asimov's corpus, but in the last novel of the cycle, Forward the Foundation, the frequency of lexical units used by the author has increased 16 times in comparison with the first novel Foundation. Also, the last novel shows a combinability that is missing in the first novel of the cycle. You can see them on the slide. And finally, the results and conclusions. The corpus-based approach using sketch agent tool made it possible to define the quantitative and morphological characteristics of Isaac Asimov text corpus, to describe the quantitative and lexical characteristics of Asimov's vocabulary, to automate extraction of occasionalisms, which, however, require subsequent manual verification, to determine occasionalisms with the help of the keyness score, and to make a statistical estimation of occasionalisms, collocations on log dice score. Thank you for your attention.